The Ahmed family are forced to make the most of every inch of the small space they have. In this cramped, crumbling two-bed home, a 15-year-old girl sleeps in a room with her two brothers aged 14 and 10. In the other...
Hi, welcome back to Crucial Clips. This is a quick video focusing on the housing crisis in the UK, overcrowding, and I would say immigration. We've got a family of 6 living in a 2-bed flat, the Ahmed family. I'm not going to say too much now because I think the video will speak for itself, but I would say this is life decisions, bad immigration, and partly on the council's fault, but the councils are under pressure, you know what I mean? It's like they've only got so many houses. There's only so many houses in the UK. So not everyone can get a 4 or 5 bedroom place for them and their 6 kids. But what I'm going to do is just let you watch the video and I'll give my views at the end because it's better that way. Thank you very much for watching again. Please like and subscribe and comment if you can, because that's the one I want. I want to start a conversation on this and see where we go with it, because I think it's a conversation that needs to be had. But watch the video and I'll get back to you at the end. Thank you very much.
The Ahmed family are forced to make the most of every inch of the small space they have. In this cramped, crumbling two-bed home, a 15-year-old girl sleeps in a room with her two brothers aged 14 and 10. In the other, mouldy, damp bedroom, their parents share a bed with their 2-year-old toddler. There is no space, no privacy, and despite years of trying, no hope of finding anywhere bigger.
My heart tears apart when I see them sleeping together on the floor, because I couldn't provide them a bed because there's no space.
My kids, they are not sleep. When they wake up, they say, we couldn't sleep, Mama. We didn't have because of the dust and the mold. And when they wake up, and I'm just... It's hard.
With more than 2 children of a different sex, aged over 10, sharing a room, the family is officially overcrowded. But their landlord, Barnard Homes, has a 3-year wait on bigger properties, and the only one alternative they can offer is too far from the children's school.
I don't get that much sleep. When I go to school in the morning, I'm just really tired and sometimes just lack in schoolwork and stuff like that.
And the number of families in social housing forced to live like this is rising dramatically.
There isn't a single council that does not have a housing waiting list. Just with a massive shortage of homes, we've left it to the marketplace to try and build as many as they can. It simply doesn't work. We need a big effort, like we did post-war and pre-war, to build the homes that our communities need. And we're talking, a good few million.
Well, I think that speaks for itself, isn't it? You saw the condition that they was living in. You've got a teenage daughter of 15 years old, a 14-year-old boy and a 10-year-old boy sharing a room together. Personally, they could put a bunk bed in there to solve that problem. A bunk bed and a single bed may solve that problem, but that's besides the point. And in the second room, you've got the parents sleeping with a toddler. Now, this is my point. You know the situation that you're in. You've obviously been living there for a few years. You've gone and had a new child. So now you have to sleep with a toddler inside your room where you've got 3 other children in another room in a 2-bed flat. This is why I say it's life decisions. You can't blame the council. After a while, you have to put it on the parents. The parents know the situation that they're in. So why would you add more kids on top? I mean, the way they said it in the article about they've been looking for a place for years, they're not looking for a place. They're waiting for a place. They're waiting for the council to give them a nice big 3-4 bedroom house somewhere in London so they can keep on having more children, to say that, oh, that's overcrowded. So to me, it's life decisions. You can't keep blaming the council. And that's why I'm saying that immigration could be the problem, because the English from the 2 of the parents was pretty bad. So they're not working. You could tell Mr. Ahmed isn't working. And you could tell the wife isn't working. So they're just sitting there having children. I feel sorry for the children, because these are the children you see during the day. They look tired. They look sad, upset. And we wonder why so many children are suffering from depression, because this is what some of them are having to grow up in. But these are saying to the parents, the same sort you would see out on the street with their big new flashy iPhone. So they usually know how to get that. And once again, I see it around my way. You've got people stuck in these sort of properties, yet they'll have a nice car outside. That's what I'm saying. It's life decisions and priorities. So you can't keep blaming the council after a while, saying that, oh, there need to be more properties. And as you heard the leader of the Greater London Accounts Authority say, we need millions of houses. So the thing that Angela Rayner and Labour are saying about 1.6 million houses, it's not going to scratch the surface, especially if we're letting in 750,000 people a year. Anyway, I'm going to be doing another video on this because I think it's very interesting when I see these overcrowding situations, because usually these people are given a flat which was big enough for them. So, for example, they might be given a 1 or 2 bed flat at the time they had the parents and maybe 1 or 2 children. They sit in there for 6-7 years, and on top of that, in the meantime, they have another 2-3 children, and then they say, oh, well, the council need to rehouse us because the place that we've got is too small. It's astounding. And it's entitlement. I've said it in some of my previous videos. It's entitlement. Yeah, there seems to be this entitlement thing. We can have children. We don't have to get up and work. We don't have to go out and do what other people do to get that big house. I'm not saying rich people need to have children, but it needs to be life decisions. This video is a great example. And I had a video with the Somalis before. You're sitting in these places and you're having the children while you're inside the places. You're making no attempt to better yourself in terms of learn the language, get up and go and get a decent job, bring the kids up that you've got already. Why do you need to keep having children? So now you've got 4 children in a 2-bed flat. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next video. The next one is going to be similar. The next one actually is a family of 6 in a 1-bed flat. And it looks like the same situation again. Anyway, please like, subscribe and comment if you can. And I'll catch you at the next video. See if we can get a conversation started. Much appreciated.